All right, so we're going to have Mark joining us in just a moment here. Mark, can you hear me? Just nod if you can hear me. Perfect. All right. We're going to get you on here in just 3, 2, 1. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
All right. So you're in the lobby. I have the lobby broadcasting on my YouTube right now, so you'll hear me talking and everything else like that. But rest assured, everything is being recorded, and you're live. You're up here. I'm partially covering your name, but it's okay. But it is wonderful to have you on the show. I just first and foremost wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
that.
me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And thank you so much for you and your team putting on a great convention. Now, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. Is it Metrotham?
That's perfectly correct.
Perfect. All right,
It's
good.
Metropolitan and Gotham mashed together. So,
that's
yep.
that's kind of what I figured. That's kind of what I got there. I'm gonna boost your mic here just a little bit,
Okay.
just because like StreamYards has a really weird thing about having bad mic levels. That should work now. There we go. All right, so yeah, thank you so much. Now I was taking a brief look over your website, and like what got me really excited, because in 2020 and a few years before, unfortunately because of the COVID and all this other stuff, it's kind of put a bullet in things for us. I worked with a convention, Kitchener Comic Con, and it looks like we were about the same size as you guys, in both attendees and staff. And so what I'm looking at from this is like I see like where we were like just a couple years ago, and you guys, and like it makes me so happy to see that there's other independent conventions, there's other people out there that are getting back to the roots of what conventions used to be like.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's our main goal is to provide an amazing experience for the fans. You know, like I've told you before, we don't get involved in politics or religion or anything else. We do it exclusively for the fans and the fandoms that they love and support and that have a special place in their hearts from their childhood. You know, these conventions are an escape for a lot of people, and I just want to be able to provide that platform for those people to come together and just have fun and enjoy each other and enjoy the fandoms.
That is so awesome to hear. And that makes me so happy because like this is one thing that we've been beating our chest, like the folks that put together Kitchener Comic Con, we've been beating our chest about that for literally years. And I mean,
Yeah,
we're stuck right in the middle of a bunch of big box conventions, and so we don't really get our voices heard that often. But when I saw your convention, and it was in the middle of a bit of a heat for a guest announcement,
yeah,
but you know, I mean, good things come from the rain, right? Sometimes you
absolutely.
have to take a little bit of heat to grow a little bit. And now, what I just want to know, because I don't want to push too much on the situation, because I know you guys probably stressed a lot about it anyways. But I've been there. I was the one that solely handled all the blowback from our 2020 announcement. So I understand all the stresses and nonsense that go behind that. You just want to move
Mm,
forward with the happy stuff. But
yeah.
how did that come to be? So like you decided to reach out and invite Vic Mignogna. How did that happen?
So I met Vic a couple years ago. I met him at Bubba Fest, and I believe it was 2019.
Nice, yeah.
And you know, and this is right at the, I guess, the beginning of all the stuff that was going on. And you know, I just wanted to go and meet the man, you know, and kind of, I will always form my own opinion about someone. You know, I don't listen to the masses. I wanted to go and meet him and have a conversation and just kind of see what he was all about. Um, and I got nothing but good vibes from Vic. He came across as somebody who's extremely passionate about his fan base. Um, he gives more to his fans than any other voice actor that I've met during this process. He personally responds to each and every one of them who email him or send him a personal message. He truly cares about his fans, and that's just something that I admire and appreciate, because I appreciate our fans who come to our show, and I want to give them the greatest experience that they could possibly have. And I feel like that's what Vic does when he goes to a convention. He's not just somebody that's going to sit back there and be like, who should I make the autograph out to? Boom. Have a good day.
Yeah.
You get a personal one-on-one experience with Vic that you'll, remember forever. And a lot of his fans have testified to that. And that's the type of guests that I want to create that all-inclusive fan experience. So it creates a memory that they'll never forget.
Well, that is absolutely fantastic. I completely agree. And like I can be a personal testament to the experience that Vic brings. So I think you guys are going to have an absolutely amazing time with him, because he takes shows to another level. Like he goes to another level for his fans, his fan experience, everything like that. It is just so fantastic. Now, I noticed on your Facebook page recently that you guys said that you're doing like a slash of your prices.
Yep.
Tell us, how much does it cost to go to your convention?
So we were priced pretty well, I think, to begin with. It was $40 for a weekend badge. In comparison to a lot of shows, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
especially for a 3-day show.
That's
but
crazy good.
With us already having the venue fully paid for and everything covered, we know 2020 was a pretty rough year for a lot of people. And I know people are financially strapped for cash. So we're like, hey, why not? So we cut the price down to $20 for the whole weekend.
That is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And we've got, not only do we've got 13 celebrity guests, and we're horror themed this year. Every year we have a different theme. Next year is Revenge of the 80s. It's going to be an 80s theme. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But we're horror themed this year, but we still keep the multi-fandom aspect. So we have like a walk-through haunted house, escape rooms. We've got what's called Metrotham After Dark, which is our adult themed stuff. And all that stuff is going to be geared towards the horror genre. And we have several horror vendors as well. But then we have your traditional vendors that come out, anime vendors. Of course, we have voice actors that will be there, Vic included. So we still keep that multi-fandom aspect. And all that stuff, is included. We have the panels, the live music. We do giveaways like crazy. And we just want people to come out, have fun, have enough money left over, because you go to a big cash con, it may cost you $150 just for your ticket. And then you're spending $100 on an autograph, and then you're broke. You don't have the extra money to spend in the vendor hall or get multiple autographs or get that combo, or you get an autograph, selfie. We want people to be able to come and have a good time and have expendable income to, get all the things that they want to get. Because I know events have been few and far between. So we want people to come out and just have fun and be able to afford it and not have to worry about, it breaking the bank.
No, that is an absolute recipe for success. That's one of the main things that I pushed for, and it turned out to be a huge boon for us at Kitchener Comic Con. We had our vendors saying like why aren't you guys charging more to come in here?
Yeah.
Like you could be making so much money. It's like each dollar we take away, they can't spend on you, right?
Exactly.
So like it's a reciprocal relationship that you just don't see that in the big box conventions, and you don't see that much anymore. It really warms my heart. It really warms my heart to see conventions like yours getting out there and becoming more prominent. Were you in conventions before, or is this just your because this is year 2 for this one, right?
It is. So kind of the backstory. to Metrotham Con. I've always been, into fandoms and just pop culture in general. And I kind of came up with the idea to open a restaurant slash pub that was, kind of like a convention atmosphere. In the waiting room, we would have people dressed up in Pokemon, costumes, and all the tables would be themed, and the drinks would be themed, and the food would be themed. All the staff would be in cosplay and just kind of make it like a tourist destination, because Chattanooga, the downtown area is very touristy, and make it just like a nice destination for people to come. But I couldn't find a really good building for that would fit our needs. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do until something becomes available? And just the natural transition was, okay, we'll start a convention.
That's so awesome.
So that's kind of where it came from. And you know this just as well as I do. I didn't get in this to make money. I do it because I want to provide this event for people who have been bullied, for people who have experienced abuse in the home. That this is their outlet, and I want to, any joy that I can bring to anyone in this world, is a positive thing, and that's what I want to do. If as long as we can make enough to fund the future shows, that's all I ask for. This isn't a cash grab or anything like that. I do it because I love it. I love the fans. I love, seeing them get excited after they meet, their favorite voice actor or favorite celebrity. And I love to see them go in and sing karaoke and have fun and, enter the cosplay contest and get excited about, their armor builds and stuff. It's just so much fun. It lights me up inside to see all these like-minded individuals come together and just have fun.
Well,
that's why we do it.
That is absolutely amazing. And that is the right way. No, 100% right way to do it. That's something I've been preaching for 10 plus years, and I've been beating the drum. Anytime that we talk about that, it's like 100% taking the words out of my mouth. It makes me so happy to have you on here and to be able to really give your convention a boost here. So
really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm 100% going to do everything I can to get everyone that I know, all the content creators that I know, to at least give you a nod, because this is something that's unique, and this is something that needs to be the norm, right? We need to get back to what we were as conventions. It seems like everything's just been so commercialized now. Everything's been like, how much money can we bring in? Like we have a bunch of conventions where I'm at here in Canada, a bunch of conventions where Anime North used to be what we were, right? Used to be for the fans, used to be for that, and it's commercialized so much so that now you have the entire vendor building is 99% pop figurines.
Yeah, that's and that's and that's something I will never lose. And my volunteer team, they're absolutely phenomenal. I love those guys so much. They put in so much hard work and effort all throughout the year, and we are one big family who are trying to bring joy to so many people. And that's not just the fans either. We want our celebrity guests to enjoy it and want to come back. And when people ask them, "Hey, what's your favorite show to do?" I want it to be Metrotham Con, because we treat them so well, and we treat them with respect and kindness. And my celebrity handlers team, they're meeting today as we speak, and they're making individual like gift baskets for each celebrity, and they're customizing them and writing a special thank you note to each one of them. And it's it's little touches like that will kind of set us apart from those cash cons or the bigger conventions that have kind of lost that personal touch. And with our vendors, our vendors are a lifeblood of our show, because people come for, oh, you got Vic Mignogna, I want to come see him. They see him. What else are you going to do? You're going to walk the vendor hall. You got to have good vendors, and our vendors pay for our venue. And, I'm super appreciative of that. and we feed our vendors. We keep our vendor booth prices very, very low, just enough to pay for the venue. That's it. We're not gonna overcharge them just because we can. So we really appreciate everybody, and we have a vendor relations team of 8 people who will help them load in, load out, and their job all weekend is to just walk around and make for sure that the vendors are okay. That if they need a water, they'll go get it. If they need some food or a snack, they'll go get it. If they need somebody to watch their table so they can use the restroom, we got them.
That's so awesome.
And that's just, we want everybody to have fun. And that's our goal.
That's so wonderful to hear, honestly. Yeah. I think we have one of your folks in the YouTube chat, Time Rifter, says awesome. Hi, Mark.
That's Chris. Yeah, that's Christopher.
Awesome. Says we are the best family. That's so good to see, honestly. Yeah. It's so amazing because it's those details that get looked over when we're talking about bigger conventions and the corporate conventions, and everything is very, suit, tie, everything else like that with these ones, where it's very much like it's heart and soul when it comes to these indie events. Yeah. And I don't say indie event as like something that you're gonna like just walk down and be like, oh, well, that's cute, they tried. Like, your production is by far the best on the website, and what you guys put out there. It is by far the best that I have seen compared to any other conventions in the past 15 years.
And that's the thing, when I went into it, I want it to be an entertainment, group, I guess, where we just provide all the content that we can for all of our fans and anybody that wants to, participate. We have a weekly live show on Facebook. It's called Metrotham Con Live. The ladies who host that are absolutely amazing. And that's where we do all of our special guest announcements, and all the convention news. You'll get it there first. So we do that weekly. We have a Metrotham Tonight show that we do. Think of Jimmy Fallon and SNL skits kind of combined. That's a lot of fun. The guys that host that are great. Our Vic Mignogna episode will be releasing within the next week.
That's so awesome.
We just want to provide content. And pre-COVID, we were at an event every single weekend. My marketing directors, they're fantastic. They book us an event to go to every weekend, whether it be at the local theater or the skating rink or other conventions, or just anything that we can do. We wanted to get out there and get our name out there because we know we have a quality product to offer to people.
Absolutely.
We know that people will have fun if they come out. And we just, to be quite honest, excuse my language, we work our ass off for it. Year round, my team's going, we're going. And they want to see it succeed just as much as I do. And that's what makes us special as a group. They're in it. It's their convention too. So when people come to Metrotham Con, they will feel that passion and that family atmosphere from everybody involved.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, honestly, it's at the point now. I'm hoping that the borders are open so that I can go.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I would I'm wanting to go so bad now, just for the experience. And we have John Harmon in the chat as well. Says Mark is the best con dad.
Hey John, he's on my tech team, so he'll make for sure all the audio equipment and stuff's running properly.
That's so good. And I noticed you had a small team. Like, this is one thing as well. Like, I've personally experienced. I've both been a part of a very large production in volunteering for one of the big box conventions, and doing our own stuff, which is much more intimate, much more like close-knit family. Yeah. And like, it's amazing, like, just the stuff that you guys have been able to put together.
Yeah.
And run a weekly show. All of this stuff, like, this is stuff that you can't buy. Like, you can't pay for this, right? Yeah. This is the heart and soul. And I want to highlight this to people that are watching this, because like, this takes passion. This takes care. This takes more than just being paid to do it. Right. You gotta be invested emotionally into it as well. So most like, you want to talk about your team, and go right ahead.
Yeah. They're, again, like I said earlier, they are 100% invested in it. If I'm like, hey guys, we got an event coming up, they're like, cool, let's go, let's do it. Or hey guys, we got a flyer day coming up, cool, let's go. Where are we going? It's just, they're so amazing. And we have, weekly meetings via, Facebook video chat or Zoom. We've got a meeting coming up this Sunday, actually, an in-person meeting. It's our last big meeting before the show. And they just all come out, and you could just feel the love and excitement, and we embrace each other, and we just love each other. There's been so many new friendships created because of this, and I would give the shirt off my back to anybody on my team, and I will always be there for them. And I feel the same about them. I feel like each and every one of them would be there for me through anything. I've got children, and they love my kids like they were their own. And that's just, like you said, that's what's missing from most conventions, is just that family unity, of just love and kindness and just having fun. And that's what we are absolutely all about, and will always be all about. Because any money that's made from the show, I'm putting it right back into it. I want to make it bigger and better each and every year.
That is fantastic. That is absolutely wonderful. And this is one thing, like, honestly, that I've been keeping a finger on the pulse for the convention community for a very long time. And everything I'm seeing right now is more push to, get content to be that get further away from escapism, and get people just to use conventions as their platform for their own political purposes, their own independent purposes, and things like that. And it's like, it's not what conventions are for.
Not at all.
Not at all. Like, and we showed last year at Kitchener Comic-Con, and I'm 100%, just speaking to you right now, I'm 100% convinced you're going to show it tenfold this year. That people that disagree with each other can be under the same roof and have fun and just enjoy themselves regardless of their opinions about each other, and like not even know that they could be standing next to, this person voted for that person, or this person voted for that person, or that person likes blue, that person likes green.
Because they're not there for that. Exactly. They're there because they share a common interest, whether it be they grew up watching Full Metal Alchemist, or, we're fixing to announce, Kevin Sorbo, and we may get some flack for that, but it's all about fandoms, right? That's the common interest. We love coming to our favorite conventions, going in the vendor hall, checking out the panels, listening to live music, doing tabletop gaming or video console gaming. These are all things that bring a large group of people together, and you got to leave that other stuff at the door. You just have to. That stuff doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. We are human beings. We crave that human interaction with one another, and it's so amazing when so many people are under one roof that are like-minded. We shouldn't be arguing with each other over trivial things, that in the grand scheme of life really don't matter. We're here today and gone tomorrow, and you got to have fun and enjoy it, and that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. That is so fantastic. Now, as someone who has been on the battlegrounds, we have to talk war stories. I don't want to push too hard into giving any PTSD here. But what is some of the stuff that you've dealt with behind the scenes that people might not have been aware of, like for like other detractors or anything else like that? Just like the stresses like that.
One thing that helps me is I'm an extremely laid back person. Mm-hmm. I can compartmentalize things pretty well to where negative statements or detractors, they don't bother me. And that's kind of the same thing, with the Vic decision. We made the decision as a team, as a family, and we're going to stick by it. and because there is a large contingency of people who want to see Vic, who celebrate Vic, not just Vic as the person, but because of his body of work, because of so many things that have touched their lives that he's done. And that's why, we make it about the fandom, not necessarily about the person. And, as far as the detractors, we'll always stay neutral. I want people to have a voice, whether they agree or disagree. That is fine. You can have your voice. I will never try to silence anyone. If you don't like the fact that we have Vic Mignogna, you can still come to the show and have fun. Just don't go to Vic's table. You don't have to talk to Vic. You can still come to Metrotham Con and have fun. We have 12 other guests that you can go and see, and that's the decision with any celebrity guest that you have. There are going to be people who like them or dislike them, maybe not to the degree of, Vic, because everything's been so polarized. But that's just kind of what you have to deal with. And, I've got a plan and a vision, and nothing will detract me from that.
Well, I love hearing that. I love hearing that, because I honestly, and I would say like Vic is probably one of the more unique cases, because every aspect about this has been put under a microscope,
right?
Within recent history. And again, you're mentioning other guests that you might be announcing that might carry some stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing that big box conventions and corporate based conventions, they just don't have. It's that backbone.
Yep.
That backbone to stand up for your own values, stand up for your own family, which it very much seems like you've built in Metrotham Con.
Yep.
And it was something that we'd very much built in Kitchener Comic-Con. And honestly, it's my hope that the Bubba Fests and the Kitchener Comic-Cons and the Metrotham Cons are examples to other conventions that you can not only do this, but you can do it extremely well.
Right.
And that there is a future for all of this. Mm-hmm. And like to not have to listen to these people that are probably not even going to go to the convention anyways, and that are trying to ruin the fun for people that are going to go.
Right.
Because you're not only taking away from their fans, right? Mm-hmm. Taking away from the vendors for potential people coming to buy their stuff. Yep. You're taking away from the city. You're taking away from all of that experience. And so, like, I think what you're doing is an absolutely amazing thing. I think it deserves recognition. I think you deserve all the support in the world. I'm going to do everything I can to facilitate that, and hope folks in the chat do as well. But was there anything that you wanted to say now that you have some time?
No, I'm just incredibly, thankful, for everyone who has helped us get to this point. And, my volunteers, anyone who will listen to our story and, help us spread the word, because, again, I know in some of the comments there was a statement said that, hey, the only reason they're doing it is for notoriety and attention. That's the furthest thing. I don't need notoriety or attention. I just want to, help as many people as possible by providing this platform. Again, I'm so thankful to our vendors, to the volunteers, to people like yourself, to giving us a voice and a platform to come on and touch as many people as possible. To all of our celebrity guests, I'm extremely thankful for them. They also understand that we are in unprecedented times, with the pandemic and everything. Mm-hmm. And they've been extremely accommodating.
That's awesome.
Because, what people don't realize, you don't want to go too far into cancel culture and cancel all these wonderful events that you have. Because then what do you have? You should want a local show to thrive and continue to grow, and the community grows with it. and just the more we grow, the bigger we get, and that's the better content we can provide, the bigger celebrity guests that we can bring to Chattanooga. You know, we're in a really good spot. We're in this nice hub in between, you know, Atlanta, Knoxville, Nashville. There's some big cities kind of, you know, right around us. And, you know, those shows that are in those areas, you know, they've got a big draw, you know, like Dragon Con. They can go out and get any celebrity that they want, you know. But do you want to drive to Atlanta, pay for a hotel, you know, pay $150 for a badge to see, you know, said celebrity, when you can do it right here in your own backyard? You know, you got to support local. And that's the thing, you know, we want to uplift our community, show them what we're all about. And, you know, we're not going to go anywhere. I've got plans to do this until I'm not here anymore.
That's awesome.
So, and again, because I don't need to get a paycheck from it. I'll just keep putting it in, you know, putting money into it and making it bigger and better every single year.
That's
and
so
hopefully any of the detractors will see that's the sincerity and genuineness of myself and my team and our convention.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. So, for people out there that who might not know,
Yep.
When is the show and how do they find it?
Okay, so Metrotham Con is April 30th through May 2nd of this year. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Metrotham Con. You can check us out on our website. It's www.metrothamcon.com. We've got YouTube channels, all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post the links here after the show goes off. I'll have all the links in the description as well for people to click and all that wonderful stuff. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate you coming out and talking about this. But yeah, thank you so much, and I wish you nothing but success. And I'm rooting for you all the way. You and the team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Thank you, guys.
Take care. All right, and that was Mark. Now, Joker Jason, I do want to address what you said here in just a minute, but I do just want to say to all the people at Metrotham Con, you guys are doing an amazing job. Keep up the work. It took you 2 years to get where we were at Kitchener Comic Con by year 7. So you guys are doing an absolutely amazing job. April 30th to May 2nd. Gippy. April 30th, May 2nd.